You ever have that feeling you spend days, maybe even weeks, pouring your heart into a video? You're so proud of it. You hit publish, and then crickets. It's got to be one of the most frustrating things for a creator, right?
Yeah, you hit that publish button, you're checking back every 5 minutes, and the view count is just stuck. And you start asking yourself all those questions. What did I do wrong? Is the algorithm just against me? Am I just unlucky? Well, I've got some good news for you. It's almost never about luck, and there is absolutely something you can do about it.
Look, the solution isn't some secret overnight hack or some magic formula. It's actually a really solid framework. What we're going to do here is break down the 5 foundational pillars for YouTube growth. Think of them as strategies that, when you put them all together, create this powerful, unstoppable engine for your channel.
So here's the game plan. We're going to cover the clickable package, the unskippable story, the discoverable video, the engaging community, and then wrap it all up with the strategic system that makes everything work together. Let's get right into it.
All right, let's dive into pillar number 1. This is all about winning that very first battle, the battle for attention. I mean, before anyone can even think about watching your amazing video, they have to actually decide to click on it. That's step 1.
Just think about how you use YouTube yourself. You're scrolling through your feed. What's the very first thing that catches your eye? It's not the title, right? It's the thumbnail. It's like a visual handshake, or the poster for a movie. It's the book cover. Honestly, it is the single biggest reason someone stops scrolling and even considers watching your video. Okay, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got this cluttered, kind of muddy-looking thumbnail. It just gets lost. But on the right, it's clear, it's high contrast, it just pops off the screen. And you got to remember, something like 70% of all views happen on mobile phones, so your thumbnail has to work on a tiny little screen. Clarity is everything. And the numbers don't lie. This stuff is crucial. An average video might pull a click-through rate, that's your CTR, of maybe 2 to 5%. But a really well-designed, optimized thumbnail? Man, that can double or even triple that number, pushing you past 10%. That is a massive difference in how many people will even see your video. So, the thumbnail grabs their attention, but it's the title that really seals the deal. The best creators know this. They use them together like a 1-2 punch. The thumbnail shows something interesting, right? Like a crazy reaction or a blurred out thing, and then the title asks a question that makes the viewer just have to know the answer. That space between the question and the answer, that's the curiosity gap, and that's what gets you the click.
Okay, so you got the click. Awesome. But that's only half the battle. Pillar 2 is maybe even more important. How do you keep them from clicking away? That is where the unskippable story comes into play.
You've got about, 15 seconds. That's it. 15 seconds to prove to the viewer they made the right choice. So please, no long, boring intros. You need a hook that gets right to the point. Either promise to solve their problem or make them super curious about what you're about to show them. And here's a super simple but really powerful structure for pretty much any video. You start with the setup. That's where you build on your hook. Then you get into the content body, where you actually deliver the value you promised in your title. And you finish with a clear call to action, telling them exactly what you want them to do next.
This quote right here, this is the heart of it all. Your video, it's not about you. It's about the viewer. Every single line of your script, every edit should be focused on one thing, helping them. Answering their questions, solving their problem, or just giving them the entertainment they clicked for. You have to write for them.
So how can you tell if your story is actually working? Well, here's a number to shoot for, 85%. You want to try and keep 85% of your viewers watching through the most important parts of your video. And you can see all this right inside your YouTube analytics. If you spot a big cliff where people are leaving, that's your signal. That's where you need to fix something. All right, on to pillar number 3. You could have the world's best thumbnail and a story that's completely gripping, but if YouTube has no idea who to show your video to, well, it's just going to sit there. This is all about making your videos discoverable. You know, one of the smartest ways to do this, especially if your channel is new, is to use what are called long-tail keywords. So instead of a super broad competitive word like yoga, you target something way more specific like beginner yoga poses for back pain. See the difference? The people searching for that phrase are the exact people who want to see your video. So once you've got your keywords, you need to put them in the right places. The most important spots, your title and the first couple of sentences of your description. For sure, but don't stop there. Put them in your video tags and even in your channel keywords. All of these are little signals that tell YouTube exactly what your video is about. Pillar 4. This one is about building something that lasts way longer than just one video view. This is where we talk about creating a real, engaged community and how you turn those casual viewers into legit fans.
You know, seeing a ton of comments under your video isn't just a nice little ego boost. It's a massive signal to the YouTube algorithm. When people are chatting, asking questions, debating, it tells YouTube, hey, this video is valuable. It's starting a conversation. And that makes the algorithm way more likely to show it to more people.
This quote from a Reddit creator, it just nails it. Building a community isn't just about getting comments. It's about being in the conversation. When you actually reply to people, ask them questions, you make them feel heard, you make them feel valued. And suddenly, they're not just passive viewers anymore. They feel like they're a part of your journey.
So here's a really simple little mantra for this. Respond, engage, build. That's it. Respond to comments, engage with people by asking follow-up questions, and if you do that, you will build a loyal community that shows up for you again and again. Okay, finally, let's pull all this together with our fifth and final pillar, the strategic system. This is the glue. This is what takes all your hard work and turns it from random effort into a consistent, manageable system for actual growth.
And a huge part of this system is knowing how different video formats play together. Think of your shorts as the handshake, the quick introduction. They're a massive discovery tool to get new people to notice you. But your long-form videos? That's where you build the relationship. That's where you build trust, show your authority, and really connect. They do different jobs, but they work together perfectly. And of course, you can't just fly blind and guess what's working. You have to use your analytics. Make it a habit to dive into your YouTube analytics. Look at your CTRs. Which thumbnails are winning? Check your retention graphs. Where are people getting bored? This data is basically a roadmap telling you exactly what to do next.
And there you go. That's the whole framework. You've got the clickable package to get the click, the unskippable story to keep their attention, the discoverable videos so people can find you, the engaging community to build a loyal fan base, and the strategic system to tie it all together and make it last. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question. Be honest with yourself. Looking at these 5 pillars, which one is your channel's weakest link right now? Where's your biggest opportunity for improvement? Because figuring that out, that's your very first step to real sustainable growth.